What's up, effortless investors, and welcome back to the channel. As always in these portfolio updates, I'm diving into exactly what my dividend portfolio paid me in September 2025. I'll also be comparing the dividend income from September 2024, and I'll be giving out awards for the best and worst performing assets this month. If you want to skip straight to the dividend breakdown, as always, feel free to use the timestamps in the description. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, just a simple 9-to-5 guy with a realistic investing portfolio that I contribute to effortlessly. But if you like this type of content, make sure you like the video and subscribe for more content and portfolio updates. If you've not yet started your investing journey, feel free to use the link in the video description for free shares on Trading 212, but be quick, as only the first 5 will get the promotion. But that's enough of my rambling, let's get into it. So let's check in on today's manifest. The portfolio is sitting at just over £1,920. This month's growth was a solid delivery with 5.5% or £101.25 in unrealised gains. I also added another £110 to the load, which brings my total net deposits to £1,560. Now, the quick calculators out there may have already tallied it up, but for the rest of us, here's the delivery note. The portfolio is showing an unrealised gain of 22.16%, just over £349 in profit. And looking at September this year compared with last, both rounds were positive, but 2025 more than doubled the returns of 2024. Thanks to this strong run, my average annual growth has climbed to 18.49%, keeping comfortably ahead of my conservative 7.5% target. Next stop is the EI growth pie, the main delivery route of my portfolio, steadily building value over time. As usual, this is where most of my deposit went, with £65 of the £110 this month allocated here. The growth pie remains split 70-30 between VWRL and EQQQ. For September, it was up 4.3%, which comes to an unrealised profit of £47.42. Altogether, this section of the portfolio is showing a gain of 12.65% or £128.30. Breaking it down further, starting with VWRL, it added 3.65% this month, continuing its reliable upward climb. Overall, it's up 10.92%, which sits nicely above my 7% annual target as I make my way through year 2 of investing. As for the smaller but faster moving portion, EQQQ, it picked up momentum with a 5.83% gain this month, a big step up from last month's 0.01%. That brings in total return to 16.80%. Since it's weighted more towards tech stocks, it's naturally more volatile than VWRL, but that's part of its role on this route. And to round things off, EQQQ also delivered its third dividend payout of the year, which I'll cover properly in the dividend section of this video. For now though, let's move on to the next stop. Next on the route is the EI income pie, the part of the portfolio that handles the steady drop-offs of dividends, with a little growth packed in for good measure. Think of it as the reliable daily deliveries that keep things ticking, rather than the long-haul runs. Looking at growth first, the income pie produced a modest gain of 1.7%. After 2 months of outpacing the growth pie, it eased back into its supporting role. Overall, this section is up 6.13%, or just over £19.94 in unrealised profit. Breaking it down further, starting with JGGI, it delivered a 2.30% gain this month, bringing its total return to 7.59%. Not a bad record at all, considering I only added it back in April. The second main player in this pie, VHYL, also managed a small gain at 1.40%, which brings its total return to 7.02%. Together, JGGI and VHYL make up around about half of the income pie, so it's reassuring to see them both back on track, especially with another round of dividends expected for them next month. Looking at the rest of the holdings, BAE bounced back strongly with a gain of 16.42%. British American Tobacco, however, had a tough month with a decline of 6.31%. Newcomer Greencoat UK Wind posted a gain of 0.55%. HSBC, also new this month, delivered an impressive 9.86% rise. JEQP continued its solid run with a 3.70% gain, while JEIP ticked up the slightest of gains at 0.02%. Legal and General slipped by 3.52%. Main Street Capital went down by 3.45%. National Grid gathered a slight gain of 1.49%. And finally, Unilever was down 5.70%. Those who've been following along will notice a couple of changes to the manifest. AstraZeneca and JEGP have been dropped from this pie, while HSBC and Greencoat UK Wind have joined. AstraZeneca in particular just wasn't pulling its weight, neither in dividends nor in growth. But as for which of these stocks made their dividend deliveries this month, I'll be unloading those details in just a moment. Now though, onto the individual stocks, starting with Palantir. With AI, government contracts and mountains of data, it's carrying just about every tech buzzword you could want in 2025. This month it brought in a strong gain of 13.82%, taking its total return to 216%, or £165 in unrealised profit. Next up is ARKK, Cathie Wood's flagship fund. ARKK had a solid month too, returning 9.62%, which takes its total gain for me to 14.29%. Not bad at all for something that's only been in the portfolio for around 3 months. On to Nintendo. I am in the process of currently re-evaluating my position in Nintendo. Despite the positive sales of the Nintendo Switch 2 in Japan, I have some concerns about its long-term performance. This month it did slip into negative territory, with my small holding now sitting at a total gain of 5.82%. Finally, we have Rigetti Computing, my tiny speculative package in quantum computing. No, quantum won't be making doorstep deliveries tomorrow, but in 10 years, possibly. It could be at the centre of everything from cryptography to drug discovery. This month, however, Rigetti shot up 81%, lifting its total return to just under 235% for me. Whether this surge is down to genuine company performance or simply being swept along with investor enthusiasm for the sector is hard to say. Recently, we've seen renewed confidence in quantum, with HSBC and IBM experimenting with bond prediction models using the tech. Rigetti may well be benefiting from that reflected interest. That said, it has also secured a $5.8 million grant from the US Air Force Research Laboratory. We've seen before how government backing can act as rocket fuel for a tech company. So while time will tell, I'm staying optimistic for now. And now, the part of the route everyone looks forward to. The dividend drop-offs. A few companies from the income pie made their deliveries this month. It's not early retirement money just yet, but it's proof the system works. Every pound gets reinvested, helping to load up the van for even bigger deliveries in the future. Starting with the smallest drop-off, Main Street Capital handed over 6p. Next was JEGP at 10p. And AstraZeneca made its first and last delivery for me at 11p. Unilever added 12p, followed by JEIP and JEQP at 14p and 15p respectively. Third place this month went to SMIF with 21p, just behind EQQQ in second place with 24p. But topping the chart, Legal and General made the largest delivery with 37p. Altogether, September's dividends came to £1.51. My fourth best month so far, and if we compare that to the dividends I received in September 2024, you can see there is a 122% increase year on year. Looking ahead, October could bring a new personal best with VWRL, VHYL and JGGI all scheduled to make their next deliveries. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel to see if I can break my record. So to sum up this month, growth is continuing to steadily roll forward, income is small but gradually building, and the portfolio overall keeps creeping upward. Between the reliable core holdings and the dividend payers quietly doing their job in the background, I'm pleased with the direction of travel. I'm now closing in on the next milestone, the £2,000 portfolio mark, and if things stay on track, I should be arriving there by next month. But now onto the monthly awards. First up, the award for Best Performing Asset goes, unsurprisingly, to Rigetti Computing, which delivered a phenomenal 81.27% gain this month. Will that pace continue? Probably not. It's a volatile one, but then again, I said that last month when it won, and here we are. So who knows? But on the other end, the award for Worst Performing Asset goes to British American Tobacco, with a decline of 6.31% and no dividends this month. Commiserations to Bats. It's usually one of the steadier performers since I added it back in April, so I'm not expecting it to hold this title for long. Will Rigetti Computing make it 3 months in a row? Make sure you subscribe to the channel for next month's update. If you're interested in a full year retrospective of my portfolio, feel free to check out this video on the right of the screen, or if you're new to investing and you'd like to learn from my mistakes, feel free to check out the other video below it. Don't forget to let me know in the comments how your portfolio performed this month. I'll be back next month with new dividends, hopefully some new growth, and probably the same whimsy. Until then though, keep it simple, keep it realistic, and as always, keep it effortless.